Yeah, so we were just discussing that, okay, so we're doing this episode from your bed because, yet again, we went down to the conference room and it was taken up by some yahoo who didn't check it out and just set up shop in there. We have to go down to the library and see if we can get in those spaces because this is bananas.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
We tried that with your little tabletop thing for your computer.
Mm-hmm.
Just moving around on this thing it's the mics are going to slide all over, and
I think going to the library and getting a little room would be a good thing.
All right, so fingers crossed, folks, that we can do that because I'm not paying the what is it? What was
insane hundreds of dollars fee.
What was the name of that place up in Brighton?
Didn't you say it was a speakeasy place?
Speakeasy, yeah. So they have a little.
It is not a speakeasy. It's
a company that hosts podcast spaces, and it's like $600 a month for you to do your podcast there, but they help you out with social. And I think their help with social media is pretty limited because we already have it posted to a bunch of feeders. I think they'll probably make suggestions for Instagram posts. I'm not going to pay $100 for a suggestion.
Hello? We don't need all that extra that it provides. We just want a space to record.
All right, so check it out. My suggestion, because I'm going to be gone next week, so we're trying to record a bunch to get to kind of backfill all these episodes. We took a look at some short films because you like shorts and they don't get a lot of praise. Like we said last week at our Oscar conversation, they don't get a lot of praise.
I do love shorts. I do. I love them.
So, and just for everybody listening, if you can hear any of I realize it doesn't sound great because we're holding onto our mics instead of having them putting them on stands. Just bear with us because, like everything else on this podcast, it's work in progress.
We're experimenting.
All right. What do you want to start with? Cautionary Tales?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So I sent the name of this project is called Cautionary Tales. It won a number of awards, but I'm trying to find my Wikipedia on it.
There wasn't a Wikipedia on it.
That's right, there wasn't. So the summary is a bizarre incident as a young boy left Aaron with an unusual face disfigurement that has plagued him all his life. Isolated and vulnerable, he seeks comfort in the friendship and understanding of an unexpected group of outcasts. So in short, he has this, and I had to reach out to you and just say, look, Louisa has this thing with, how did I say it the other week? Like, the physical world, whenever it's affected or there's an oddity to it, it really makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like freak shows would just give you you'd have a hard time with that. Or anybody with any kind of disfigurement or
Yep.
It just rubs her the wrong way. So, but especially when it's portrayed in movies. But I had to send you a message to say you have to watch this. It'll be a little unsettling, but trust me, it's a good story. So, this is. I was thinking about this morning. Like, if we're going to talk about this, they're short, and you don't want to give away too much. We have to pick our words carefully so we don't get to the crux of.
You don't want to give it away.
Yeah, that's the thing about shorts is they have. Do I want to say moral? There's morals that are or lessons that seem to be the common thread through a lot of them.
Yeah. No, you're right. Agreed. Very well said. Yeah.
So, this story is a sort of a snapshot of all the things that you heard as a kid. Like what would you call them? Like urban legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like like children's urban legends. And I realize that saying that I'm not giving a lot. I don't want to give a lot away, but Aaron has this like it looks like somebody is blasting him in the face with a hairdryer, and he can't fix his mouth. It's just constantly in this ovalized, inflated gesture, and he's just stuck like this.
Mm-hmm, he's stuck like that.
And he walks around town. People notice him. Little kids point at him and laugh, and he has a hard time on the bus. And he goes to a support group for people who have these afflictions that are, you got to help me out here, that are like these afflictions that are the embodiment of urban legends that kids made up. That every kid in America knows. Like if you swallow a peach pit, the tree is going to grow inside you. Or if you get slapped on the back, your face is going to stick like that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You never heard those growing up?
No, I was just trying to follow what you were saying, but I see. I hear you now.
So I think it'd be good. You know, what we could probably do is discuss the lesson or the moral without giving away the story. So it's funny once he gets to the support group, but the lead up to it with all the
It made me sad.
Oh god, yeah, the first like 8 minutes are like, oh my god, this, and even like the actor
It's a total of 8 minutes, so it can't be the first 8 minutes.
Okay, way to call me out on that. I mean,
problem.
like the first half of it. What's the actor's name who plays Aaron? Anthony Bart? No,
Ross Hat.
Ross. They picked this guy. He just has. I think they were. It wouldn't surprise me if they looked at stills just of the actor's eyes from the nose up. If you see this movie, once you see what they did to his face to give him this affect, his eyes just look sad all the time until the very end.
They really do. It kind of has a Wallace and Gromit look to it.
Oh yeah, big time.
I can't stop. I couldn't stop thinking about that.
I was thinking about that too, but I didn't like you're. That's something that you're aware of, and that was a little outside of my generation. But,
yeah, I'm a little aware of it in a weird way. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the first half of it is really kind of sad when he's on the bus and people are laughing at him, and he goes to the support group for. What do you want? I don't want to call them freaks, but like.
No, people with other facial deformities. That's not.
They're not even facial.
They're not facial deformities. They're just like weird things that happen to your face.
Things that happen to your face or body from rumors that children would propagate. You know, when you're young, and when you see that, I'm doing I think a terrible job of describing this, but.
Well, it's hard to describe it if you haven't seen it, because honestly, I don't know how you would describe it if you haven't seen it. But I also think that, so in the support group, the people that he meets have these, like, what do you call them, things that you think about as a kid that could happen to you, but permanently. So they've lived their whole life with this, I don't know, thing, and
people are listening to this like
they're like
your lack of ability to describe what's going on makes me want to watch the movie.
Well, I will say it's on YouTube and it was short, so it's not like a lot of time vested. You can watch it and then be like, oh, maybe I want to watch this again just to see.
And what was like? There was the kid. Okay, for example, the one kid who was blind, but he got that way because he masturbated too much.
Oh my gosh, I did not see that coming. And he and he used his
Yeah, and he was blind, so he has a cane. Then he strokes his cane
all the time,
constantly. Who was the other one? The girl with the tree and
in her face.
Yeah, in her face, and
she can't talk.
She can't. Yeah, because there's a branch coming out of her mouth. Who was the?
When branch is coming out of her nose, I was like, "This is so gross."
Who was some of the other ones? I just watched this last night.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What was the guy with the purple face? What was that all about?
Oh, like if you stay in the bathtub too long, you'll turn into a raisin. You get all wrinkly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
there was a guy who looked like he'd been burned, and he has this weird coloration and wrinkles, and then you find out that he was just in the bath too long.
So, is it giving too much away if I talk about how cool the credits were at the end?
Well, no, but the credits
that helped me.
Yeah, the credits outline. They bring the credits bring the oddities. They make them all make sense.
Yes, it's like the credits were like a chapter book to what you just watched. So they were like a what do you call it? A table of contents to what you just saw.
Yeah.
I just thought that the whole way it was set up was very it just. I love shorts. They just come together and they're just
it's concise storytelling.
It's amazing to me that you can do what you can do in a short. For example, this one was 8 minutes. Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter.
Ross Hat, yeah, he was. Even when you look at his picture in IMDb, his eyes look really sad. But I think he's done a number of shorts. Who did the? Is there anybody that we need to call out as far as directors or producers or writers? I don't know that IMDb is listing them.
No, it has them. There's only 5 people total involved in this movie project.
It's probably some of the actors too. Wait, they're right there.
Yeah.
Christopher Barrett and Luke Taylor, both writer-directors.
Mm-hmm. With a small cast.
Yeah, well, only 5 people.
It was more than that because there were the people in the support group, but still.
Why does it have only...
Just as top cast.
Oh, all right. Well,
so it's a 5. Or it's not everybody.
This one was probably my favorite. Of the 3
I think so, yeah.
Mm. So, yeah. Definitely
highly
worth a watch.
recommended.
Yeah, on YouTube. Actually, they're all on YouTube. What was the next one? Was Room 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I should say that I got part of my Instagram feed. Every now and again, I'll get people who pop up and just suggest movies because, Big Brother's always listening, and Instagram and the algorithm will make suggestions as to things you might be interested in, and they're starting to hit the nail on the head.
I know now that I watch them on YouTube on my laptop, it'll be interesting to see if others come up.
Oh, they're coming up. So Room 8 was scroll down to that one, or up, yeah. Director
James W. Griffiths,
and also written with him and Gregory Fletcher, starring Tom Cullen, Michael Gould, and Yuri Kilmov. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge because
you really can't say anything
without
giving it away.
Okay, so a guy's in a prison, and it seems like a prisoner discovers a magic box with a baneful secret that he falls foul to. So maybe if I talk, I'll tell you what I learned from that. I'll give you the intro and then what I thought the quote-unquote moral was.
Okay.
So this guy's in prison. It seems like it's some kind of European or Eastern European communist country or Eastern Bloc country. Mm-hmm. He's led into his new cell, and he has a new cellmate. And the cellmate doesn't really... He kind of acknowledges him, but doesn't really respond to him all that much. and the cellmate has a box on his bed. And what's the guy's name? The prisoner who comes in, Eves. The quote unquote main character. So Eves comes in and he starts asking about this box, and what's the other guy's name? Shears, the other prisoner, kind of blowing him off, and he's like, "You don't want to open that." And just in the way that he proposes that's a bad idea. Like, it'd be hard for anybody to be like, "Yeah, I think I really do want to." It's a Pandora's box kind of response.
Yeah. It was, yeah. I'm just thinking.
So, inevitably, Eves opens the box, and that's where I'll stop with what happens. But at the end, after the matchbox, I was thinking about this morning, in that, like, there's a level of curiosity that has to be reined in when someone says don't do that.
Yeah.
And, like, I think Eves even asked why not, and he's like, it's not something you want. Just don't.
You don't want to open it. But then you do, because
right, and then curiosity kills the cat, and you learn at the end it's killed a lot of cats.
That's very well said. That was good.
So
yeah,
this one was also brief.
It was not what I was expecting, for sure. I don't know what I was expecting, but like,
how long was this one?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was
7 minutes.
Where does it say that? Oh yeah, it was snap, and it's over. I'm curious, did this director go on to do anything longer, or is he just a shorts person? I'm having
a few other titles he's made.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's into the short movie genre.
Well, that would make sense. So if you jump on over to Wikipedia, this is some of the breakdown. Based on a script by Oscar-winning screenwriter. Oh, he won an Oscar for this.
For the one that we watched?
Well, he's Oscar. I shouldn't say that. He won it for something. Jeffrey S. Fletcher. After he completed the dialogue, the script, without stage direction, was released, and contestants would create their film using this dialogue. Room 8 was directed by James W. Griffiths, editing student of National Film and Television School. Griffiths won $40,000 from Bombay Sapphire to make the film. Although Room 8 takes place in London, it was filmed in Poland due to cost restraints.
Did you see Bombay Sapphire ads when you watched it?
Did you?
Yeah. And I was so confused. I was like, how do these two, what do these two things have in common? So now, anyway, that makes a lot of sense.
Huh.
But are you...
Do I remember them? No. Were they there? Probably.
There was just one at the end, I think. Or like an ad before or after. But also, did you, I don't mean it to sound like this.
Say it anyway.
But did you understand that it was a contest and that there were other movies with the same script?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I almost watched them last night.
Wait, were there other movies that were online of the same thing?
Yeah, there are 5. At least they came up at the end of Room 8. 5 different movies with the same script.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Don't want to open that. In all different situations.
What do you mean you don't like? That's the name of the script?
So, well, that's like one of the lines in the short that we watched.
Uh-huh.
Like, you don't want to open this box. And in different situations, it looked like there were different things that people didn't want. Someone didn't want the other person to open, for example, a door, or I don't remember the other ones actually, but
a chest or a bureau or
yeah, it was just like yeah, it was just interesting to me. I should have watched that. But anyway, I just think that's
Yeah, I didn't even see
very
that. Now
cool.
can watch that later on. Let me see, what else does it have?
Sorry, not to interrupt.
Stole my thunder there.
Yep.
Well, the Wikipedia on this is pretty thin, but Greg Fletcher is... he's only 54, lives in Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just flipping through here. Oh, he's a professor at Tisch in Columbia. That's cool.
That is really cool. Good for him.
Fletcher asked to adapt the book Push by Sapphire, which became the film Precious. Daniels, well known to be passionately
Wait
dedicated.
a second. What?
Yeah. So, wait a minute. In 2006, I don't know if it's the Precious you're thinking of.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. 100%. That's why I stopped. Everything.
In 06, producer Lee Daniels reviewed Magic Markers and asked Fletcher to adapt the book Push by Sapphire. Oh, Sapphire was the girl.
Yeah, I think
Which
so.
became the film Precious. Daniels, well known.
Oh, Precious is the girl.
Who's Sapphire? Oh, she's the author.
Oh, Push by Sapphire.
Yeah.
The book was called Push, and then they adapted it and wrote it. Yeah, Precious.
Daniels, well known to be passionately dedicated to artists serious about their craft, considered several writers before choosing Fletcher. According to the Variety article that included Fletcher among the 10 screenwriters to watch, Fletcher is represented by his agent, blah, blah, blah.
I think that won an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay, but I could be wrong.
In 2010, director Doug Liman and Fletcher announced they would be collaborating on a film recreation of the 1971 Attica State Prison Rebellion. Huh. Oh, look at that.
I know. Why does that sound familiar?
It almost sounds like...
Have we talked about this before?
No, but, well, there was a movie with James Gandolfini and Robert Redford about prisoners who revolted. But that was a while. That was like
that's
20.
that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know if it was that, but there was there a movie with Al Pacino? No, there was Al Pacino yelled Attica in some movie. I can't remember which one. Doesn't matter. Last one.
It's called The Exit Strategy. Not the, sorry.
I didn't watch
Exit Strategy.
I didn't watch this last night. I watched it about 2 weeks ago, and it was a little longer, but it's in short, a man in a time loop must work with his brother to prevent a catastrophic fire. So it's kind of like Groundhog Day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They weren't twins, were they?
No, not at all.
The younger one, the one who was in the time loop, was the nerdier one.
Mm-hmm.
And the athlete was, I think, the older one. The athlete was a firefighter. And
he grew up to be a firefighter.
Yeah, he grew up to be a firefighter. And he comes into a diner he comes into every day, and his brother's sitting there, like, working on his notebook. And they have this kind of terse reconnection.
Yeah.
It's terse because of the younger brother, and you find out that he has been in the same. He's been living this day over and over and over and over again.
He's lived it over like hundreds of times.
Yeah, and he's trying to get, like the description says, he's trying to get his brother. So he doesn't get killed in the fire, right?
Trying to keep him alive.
Keep him alive. And I think he's trying to get to where, again, this was from 2 weeks ago, he's trying to get to where the fire started. Was that how it happened? Anyone who's listening to this is like, you are the worst movie critic ever.
I think.
Like, that he's lived this day so many times, he can predict all the pitfalls between bumping into his brother and when they actually intercept the cause of the fire.
And he's trying to get ahead of things so that he can prevent this whole thing from happening and prevent his brother from getting stuck in whatever fire-related situation.
But what he learns by the end of it is, and correct me if you got something else out of this, the universe is going to do what it wants to do.
Regardless of whether
whatever his involvement is.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a long way of saying you got to learn to let go and just let things happen.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Who are our principals in this one? Chris O'Shea and
played Shane, and Shane is the character of the nerdy guy who's always writing in his notebook.
And then the athlete, the firefighter.
His character's name is Matt. Nope, just kidding.
No, the character's name is Matt.
Yeah, the character's name is Matt, and he's played by Richard. I'm not sure how you say that.
Conkey.
Conkey.
And there was a few other bit players, but they were the primaries. And
they were the main, yeah.
Our director was stop. Travis Bible. Mm-hmm. And do we have anything on him? I don't know if he's done how many. This is the thing with a lot of short producers. They'll have a couple of projects in the works and some that don't go anywhere, and some that actually get legs or they contribute to other projects. Travis,
got an interesting background.
Go ahead.
It says Travis Bible is a director, writer, and editor known for the horror comedy feature Chad Gets the Axe and the sci-fi film Exit Strategy. Oh, wow. Which played at the Tribeca Film Festival and currently has 3 million views online.
I always find it funny when a static print tells you how many views something has. This is a static print on IMDb. So this number isn't going to move. This is just his description of who this guy is. But
I just wondered about that as I was reading it. Gotcha.
It could have been written 5 years ago.
Yeah, okay. And also this short came out at least 8 years or 10 years ago. I think.
This one was, again, recommended to me on the algorithm of Instagram, but I gotta tell you, it's pretty well made for being it. Was it one of his first?
That I'm not really sure of.
It looked well. What I can tell you is, I think of all of these, they all had pretty decent production value, but for this one was the longest.
Yeah,
and it definitely had. It was well made. It looked like it could have been a feature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought so. It looks like he's in the short movie making business.
Never saw it. Exit Strategy.
No, I mean he makes a lot of shorts.
Oh. Lorna Street Dobson was also in this. Do you know who she is? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, me neither.
I was waiting for some big reveal.
Yeah, no, you're not getting that. I don't know who she is. Sorry, Lorna. Your day will come. The all cast and crew. Yeah, this is the other thing about shorts is it's such a shoestring. It's usually a shoestring budget, and the number of people involved is thin. One person on cinematography, one editor. Second unit director was probably the same as the first unit. Art department was probably also the writer. Sound, which is it's all cool. I love DIY stuff, and yeah, I could flip through the credits of this stuff all day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I haven't seen Have I seen this Chris O'Shea guy?
I know.
somewhere
I
else?
meant to click on him too because, yeah, anything you recognize. He looks familiar.
Known for... Oh, he's in You.
You watch that movie? I mean, TV
No,
show?
but I know about it. Patriots Day. Madam Secretary. That's on CBS. The You is the one about the guy who's nuts and like psychotic and
Yeah,
like
with Peng Bagley.
yeah, and chases around, just obsesses about a particular woman, right?
Yeah, then I think he murders them.
Of course he does. What else was? Oh, he was in the updated Magnum PI, which I'll never watch. He was in Riverdale. Oh, this guy's an up and comer. Good for you, Chris O'Shea.
He's a good-looking dude.
I wonder if they might try to tap him to play Chris Shaherlis. I'm sorry, I can't stop talking about Heat. I'm so excited for it.
That was very funny. That cracked me up.
I'm like 50
That
pages
cracked
away
me
from
up.
finishing it.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
It's going to be so goddamn good. There's
He could.
this story is
He could
so
be Austin Butler stand-in.
yeah, kind of. This story is so dense with like just. That was the other thing about the first one, is there was just so much shit going on, so many storylines. This is going to be another great movie. And not to impugn Room 8 or Cautionary Tales or Exit Strategy, but
I mean, once we get off we can't.
you can't mention Heat to Jay because he just won't shut up about it.
Yep.
20 times I've seen that movie. Rookie numbers. Guess what else I didn't do today?
You've seen that movie 20 times?
At least.
Oh, wow.
And I never get tired of it. And guess what I didn't do?
What didn't you do today?
It involves a recipe.
As soon as yep, it took me 2 seconds. You didn't find a recipe
No, but you know what? You know what I'll do?
What will you do?
For anybody who visits me at the booth, lavender honey is finally here. I'm trying to get Staples to figure out my label, but oh man, I got some in the car. Shit, I should have brought some up to you. It doesn't have the label though. I don't want you to try it without the label. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's a totally different presentation.
Oh, the hunt you have. Okay, I got it.
And you're gonna like it. It's I can't even describe it, but it's your head's just gonna spin right off of your shoulders. It's delicious because I had to pour it manually yesterday because I didn't have a bucket with a spigot, so I had to out of the tin. I had to pour it.
Okay, yeah.
A 60-pounder.
My gosh.
And it made a mess, but
a delicious.
for
mess.
anyone who's got a thing for lavender honey, it's going to be available at Hey Honey at the booth this summer. In a week, as soon as Staples figures out how to lay out my label. Well, I guess I will tell you. I haven't done the. I haven't made the concoction yet, but I'm looking at doing. I'm going to call it Turkish Lavender Baron Kia, which will have raw cinnamon, vanilla bean, and a lemon twist in it. And I got that idea from Instagram Cocktail Ideas. You gotta admit that cocktail looks good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks delicious.
You don't even drink coffee.
I do not drink coffee.
Do you have other shorts that we should preface our next conversation about?
I found this one split screen love story that I want to watch.
What is that? Oh,
by I don't know, I found it from something else that this person did.
that's a great idea.
It just was a recommendation. You know on IMDb how they do that? That's also 3 minutes, so I'm like fascinated.
Oh, this is pretty. Oh,
don't watch it.
oh, what? You're playing it.
I didn't mean to.
Well, then we're gonna watch it after we finish here.
Okay. That's what I was pulled up.
But I'm betting that in 3 minutes the title's gonna kind of tell you 80% of what you need to see from the story. But don't put your cursor over it. We'll watch it when we're done.
It relates to one of the shorts that we watched. I just can't remember how. So I'm curious.
You're gonna look it up on IMDb right now?
Yeah. Because that's what the computer's for.
All right, so this one, we haven't seen it yet. So our conversation's going to be
by
limited.
James W. Griffith. That's
Who's
why
he?
I looked it up. He's a director for one that we watched already.
Which one?
I don't know. Roommate.
Which one was Roommate?
Room 8.
Oh, Roommate. Oh. Can you believe this? I'm not even medicated tonight.
Are you sure you're not?
Yeah, I thought you said Roommate.
I'm kidding. I know. I heard you. That was pretty funny. Sorry.
Bless you. All right.
Thank you. But yes, people, if you're listening, you should give the shorts that we watched a try. Jay, thank you for finding them. They were entertaining.
All right, I'll find some more. We'll we gotta pick like a feature to watch though. We should do that. We got enough time. We should do that today.
Okay.
I'm just gonna apologize to the listeners. I know that this is a little underwhelming as far as my performance goes, but we're not able to sit that. We have to find a place to do this that's not on your bed. This is, I don't even have words for it. It's not the right environment. I mean, I'm comfortable and I'm relaxed, but like,
no,
I can't be animated. I can't be throwing my hands around. I can't like look. You're the only one with a laptop. It just doesn't work. All right.
It was impromptu, last minute.
All right. I gotta eat.
Okay.
All right.
You say that a lot when we do this at the end of it.
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying it.
I think it's like your
That's my tagline. I have to eat.
Yep. You have to eat, so we have to be done.
I am. Do you know what guess what I had to eat today?
Not a lot.
No, I had eggs and toast, and then I went to Staples, which is in Brighton, and then all the way up to Flint. Mm-hmm. I stopped and got a what do you call those? Tropical smoothie. Mm-hmm. Those. I don't know why anyone would drink one of those. Why I did that in the winter, cold all day, and an apple. That's it. That's all I've eaten. No.
Oh my
protein.
gosh! I think I ate a little more than you did.
Yeah, and you weigh like 1/3 what I do. Try 1/4, asshole. You're way bigger than me.
Jay's, what do you call it when you're supposed to do something like regularly? It was his regular swearing on
I can't
the podcast, and then we have to click the explicit content.
I'm not gonna not curse. I can't do it.
Sometimes it takes you a really long time though to get to it, which today it just did.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube will pick that up if we're outside of the 5-minute mark. Like I don't know that I've shared this on the podcast. I just don't like when this one to my right doesn't curse, but she's the exception to the rules. But you know what it is? People who don't curse, who I don't trust, they also tend to be religious, and they also put their righteousness and their moral high ground in your face constantly.
Yep.
And then when
I don't do that though.
I know you don't, but I'm just saying, like, whenever somebody takes umbrage with blue language, usually it's because they try to stand on the haunches of their moral superiority, and like those people always tend to end up like Bill Cosby. Like, oh, you're so holier than thou, but you're raping people.
Just shaking my head.
All right, so what's the scoop at the library? Are there rooms for room rental? We have to rent them?
Where do you see room rental? Oh.
You got to go in there and ask, what is this? 125
That's what I'm
bucks.
trying to read about it.
Oh, man, you got to pay for it?
No.
You got to go down there and have a conversation with somebody. Wait,
I just have to look into it. There's a lot of different choices here. I can't imagine. People go for tutoring all the time. And, like, to do their homework. I mean, it's just a little room to sit into. This is, like, fancy, more than what we need.
do you think they have outlets?
They definitely have outlets, yeah.
All right, that's our...
But, yes, I'll try to remember to
those
look
are our
into it.
marching orders to find a... You know what we should do? We should just do, like, if we go down there, we should just go down there for, like, 3 hours. And do, like, 4 episodes.
Yeah,
For the whole month.
Yeah, and get it done. I mean, that's not what I mean, get it
That's
done.
what
but
pros like Mark Norman do.
Okay.
Are you okay? Are you all right? I get you sick?
I was going to choke. I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm
that's
fine.
wonderful. That's what happens when I mention
No, I'm not.
Mark Norman.
That's an exaggeration. No offense, not Mark Norman. I just need to get something to drink, that's all.
All right. You cut out my line. I gotta eat, like, today.
I like
Real
to talk
soon.
sometimes.
All right. Well, I'm hungry. So,
Okay.
are we watching a feature next time or what?
Yeah, and it might be a while because we have some busy lives coming up. We have
That's
busy
why we
in our
stack this.
lives
Yeah,
coming up.
we might skip a week, but just watch your network for whenever they put up the tag that there's a new episode, because there are some coming. Hugs and kisses. Time for a bologna sandwich. Toodaloo.